He did say that this is an insurance policy to a lifelong success, CANI. Constant and never-ending improvement, because you work all the time to grow, to become better as a person, better on all the important areas, training, relationship, wealth, family, everything, because it's the growth that is so fulfilling in life, the growth and the journey. That's a great saying of Max Holloway, and I think that I will never have that right on my back. Certified that loser.
Yeah.
I gonna have right on my back the man who never gave up.
Yes.
He gave it all until the end.
I think 1% better every day, that's enough, because that will make you constantly improve. And after a few weeks, you have gotten 10% better, 20, 50, 100% better than when you started. If 1% better is a goal for you, you will feel mastery along the way all the time, but still feel like you're not doing enough, so you will keep on motivating yourself to go harder at it.
Welcome, welcome. Every day is a chance to get 1% better. Stack those days and you will become unrecognizable in 1 year. This episode will show you how. Today's episode is about the power of constant and never-ending improvement, CANI. You will learn about the amazing philosophy that impacted the world, how small changes will give huge result over time, the power of CANI, how to stay consistent in your exercise routine, and the mindset to show off on the hard days. Let's get started. And today, I would like to start to tell you about an amazing philosophy impacted the whole world. And that's a Japanese philosophy called the Kaizen philosophy. Kaizen philosophy was built on constant, small, and incremental improvement over time. And it originated in Japan after the Second World War, because after the Second World War, Japanese industry was destroyed and they have to build up their industry again with limited resource. And it was so important for them to get away the waste and optimize their efficiency and quality. So then they invited some American expert over and they implement a philosophy that later became called the Kaizen philosophy. Toyota adopted this philosophy and it became a big success. And Kaizen philosophy emphasizes small improvements over time. And you can use it everywhere in life, in your work life, in your personal life, and in social interaction, in businesses and teams and everywhere. And the heart in Kaizen's philosophy is to eliminate waste and optimize things that is good and always do it a little bit better. And this had great success. They spread from Japanese to around the world, and it affected the whole world. So it's a great philosophy. And I recommend you, after you are finished to listen to this podcast, to implement it in your life. And I can guarantee you, with those small improvements every day, you will have huge growth and great result over time.
I think it is awesome, and it is so many great reasons why this works. And as we know, Tony Robbins made a similar method based on this philosophy, just a little bit more modern maybe, and he wrote about it in his book, Awaken the Giant Within, which you have already taught us about in 2 very special and great episodes already. And he kind of built it on the same philosophy, constant and never-ending improvement, CANI. And I think that the really key here is that it never ends. You just always have to do it. It's constant. It never ends. You always, as you said in the beginning, 1% every day. That is the key here.
Absolutely. Small improvement over time. That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
And then it not became overwhelming as well. You're not going to change the world and build Rome in 1 day. You just do little bit every day. And it will have a huge impact on your life.
Definitely. And he talks a lot about that this is what impacts happiness as well. when you really commit to this kind of philosophy, you find true happiness. You will unlock true happiness because you're always headed towards where you want to go. You're always improving. You're always one step closer. And I think that when you feel like you're going in the wrong direction, it is extremely easy to fall into that gap where it is anxiety and fear and unhappiness. So even though you do something small every single day and you're going in the right direction, that is the recipe of happiness. You don't have to go fast, but you have to go in the right direction. And a key here as well is that it is so simple to continue with, because if you're going to get in better shape and your goal is to hike on a mountaintop every single day, it takes hours and hours of your day and it's hard. Then comes the rains and the storm and the little time that you have because your kid got sick or these kind of things. Then you will fail. And then maybe you'll just quit. But if your goal is to get in better shape and you have to do something every day, the day that your kid got sick and you couldn't leave her, maybe you'll do push-ups at home. Maybe you'll do a body weight workout home in your living room. If you adapt and you just improve a little bit every single day, you won't fail, but you will constantly keep en route. And that is the key here.
Absolutely. And because to start is hard, but to keep going is easy. For example, this is about money, health, nutrition, relationship, everything. It's hard to start training and to start eat more healthy and like this. But if you start small and you do a little bit better all the time and you keep staying inside this routine, it is much more easy. And discipline, a promise to yourself, and determination, that's equal success.
Mm-hmm.
And another tips I would like to tell you also about, learn to love the learning process because it's amazing. And every people like to grow. They like to know more. They like to become better. They like to know more, get up their skills. So just learn to love learning.
Mm-hmm.
And when you learn and start on something and maybe you think it's tough, it's scary, and after 2 days, this is easy, and after 1 week or after 1 month, you have become so good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just embrace the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I have become so good now. And then you get addicted to it. And then you always would like to learn new things and strive for master things. So that's a great feeling.
Definitely. And this is a ripple effect. When you start doing the right things, it affects all areas of your life. And we just released an episode about not taking your foot off the gas pedal. And this is the same. It is the same principles. You just need to find a steady pace and go with it. And sometimes when things are more easier for you, you can push the gas pedal even harder. But the secret is to never let go of it. And this is very backed up in research. Every single year, people have New Year's resolutions. 1st of January, the gyms are packed. Everyone is eating healthy. Everyone is going at it. And then, 2 weeks into January, people fall off, And maybe the ambitions were too big. They didn't achieve them. And maybe, maybe they don't have such a good connection with the goal. If the goal is just to become fit, and then you don't really have a plan, you don't have a reason why you want to be fit, you don't remind yourself of the importance of getting fit, of staying in shape, then you will fall short of it and you will quit. So the secret to never break your New Year's resolutions is this: don't take your foot off the gas pedal. Make some constant improvements every single day, some improvements that will never end.
Yes, absolutely. And about training. Some days you are motivated, some days you would like to go, other days you're tired, you not want to go, you're busy, you make excuse to yourself. But the tricks is, it's better to show up and do a light session than to not show up. So on the days that are heavy, just meet up, go to the gym, train, but just do it a little bit lighter, because then you have done it. and then it's so much easier to get it done the next day. So that's the tricks.
That is so true. And George St. Pierre's coach actually said this on an episode at the Joe Rogan podcast, Fear as a Hobby. He said that it is so much better to go 80% at the sessions and work out 3, 4, 5 times a week instead of just going all at it 100% in one session. Then you're so sore, you don't show up for days. Like if you have that kind of mindset, you constantly train. But the goal isn't perfection. The goal is to show up and improve. You will have so many more sessions within a year than the guy that only meets up once in a while, going all at it. So you become better over time.
Yeah, great advice. And how has CANI improved our lives, Annika?
I think CANI has definitely helped us don't lose track of the goal, because we are very honest with each other at periods of times. One of us is often fatigued or has been in the later years, we kind of have had each and other challenge, sometimes you've been fatigued, sometimes I've been fatigued, sometimes we're having some challenges in our life, and then we always remind ourselves of the CANI. Okay, cut down on it. Don't put so much on your shoulders, but do something. And if when I am fighting, I train at least 20 hours every week, but then maybe when I don't have a fight camp, I just need to train, then maybe half an hour. You will remind me that just go to the gym for half an hour. You don't even have to spar. You don't even have to do this and this, but just show up. So CANI has always been a tool to kind of motivate each other and to remind each other to just do something. And that way, we have never given up on anything. We have always kept on track, just with different kind of speeds.
Yeah, it's a great key to get it done. As you say, yeah, meet up, take it more slowly when you're tired, and when you feel for it, you can go harder. But be consistent. That's the key in life, yeah, to get everything done. And Andrew Tate has a great quote. The person who goes to the gym every day, regardless of how they feel, will always beat the person who goes to the gym when they feel like going to the gym. And Andrew Tate nail it again. He always nail it. This guy know what he talk about.
That is words of wisdom. And I've been actually thinking about this because for the last, I don't know, let's say 10 years, I've been in very many environments, school classes, workplaces, groups of people in different areas of life. And I think that the common denominator of getting sick and tired of what you're doing is that you don't feel mastery. When you don't feel like you're good at something, when you don't feel like you're achieving anything, I think people become bitter for once and unhappy. And the ripple effects of that can actually be poisonous for an entire environment. We were talking about this earlier when we were talking about the importance of positivity, and also then the bad apple effect, about how one negative person can ruin the entire environment around themselves. And then it is extremely important to remember the mastery. And this is important for us to remember as colleagues, as leaders, as friends, to look for mastery within the group, to have good leadership capital, to be a good leader, to build each other up, and to be very good at pointing out the good things that the group of people are doing, because it's so important for everyone to feel mastery. If you don't, you will be unhappy. And how will you feel mastery? You have to improve. If you stand still at a workplace for, I would say 30 years, but also just for a few months, if I would stand still, I would go backwards, as you always say, and then I would be so unhappy. So also, the key to this is that you have to improve. You have to do something to improve all the time.
Absolutely. Do important things, consistent, and be proud of yourself. And how do you know that it's important thing you do? You have to sit down, write a priority list. What things is the most important for you in your life, and what you're gonna get out of it, and then you have to have those priorities in top of your list, and you work a lot of them. That's the way. And keep working every day, and you will be amazed of the growth you will have in your life. And another one, focus on the long-term result rather than the short-term goals.
And as you said in the beginning, 1% better every day, that's enough, because that will make you constantly improve. And after a few weeks, you have gotten 10% better, 20, 50, 100% better than when you started. And the fall pit here is that people just quit when they don't get the results fast enough. But you have to have patience, and you have to don't be too ambitious on it. If 1% better is a goal for you, you will feel mastery along the way all the time, but still feel like you're not doing enough. So you will keep on motivating yourself to go harder at it.
Yeah. And about the 101% podcast, we have done this now for 10 months. And we work very hard, and we always try to improve and become better every day. And now in 10 months, we feel that ourselves, that we have become very good now. And this is just 10 months. And then we think, what about the next 10 months? Just keep going and a little bit better every day. And it's amazing what result you will have over time. So that's the key to consistency.
Definitely. And when you evaluate yourself along the way, and the only goal is to become better than yesterday, you evaluate your mistakes that you did yesterday, you make better choices today, and you will improve. And Tony Robbins actually states that there is only one way to succeed long term, and that is true commitment to that discipline that CANI stands for. Constant and never-ending improvement. And that is a very powerful statement. He, that is an oracle in personal development, says that this is the only way to success.
He did say that this is an insurance policy to a lifelong success, CANI. Constant and never-ending improvement, because you work all the time to grow, to become better as a person, better on all the important areas, training, relationship, wealth, family, everything. You always, because it's the growth that is so fulfilling in life, the growth and the journey. And he is the GOAT, and he have helped hundreds of millions of people to get a better lives. So this guy, he know what he talk about.
Definitely. And I want to share with you a story as well from Max Holloway. He is an incredible fighter, one of the best ones that is. He just fought Dustin Poirier this weekend, which was an amazing war. And he has had a rough childhood, you know. I recommend you to go into my Instagram page and look at my stories, because I've linked this into the motivational stories that I've shared. Because he says that if you give up, you're a certified loser. And those words has kind of stick with me, because I think that, of course, you can adjust your plans. Everything comes to an end. You can retire, you can change your goals, you can change your mind on things, and that is fine. But that is different, because that is a choice, a calculated choice. But giving up means giving up on yourself. And I think that that is extremely sad. Then you kind of give up on your values, your ambitions. So if you just give up because you think it's too hard or you're not good enough, that is something different than admitting that it has come to an end.
Yeah, that's a great saying of Max Holloway, and I think that I will never have that right on my back. Certified loser.
Yeah.
I gonna have right on my back the man who never gave up.
Yes.
He gave it all until the end.
I think that is awesome. And you know, when we're practicing driving, when we're training to get our driver license, in Norway we have to use this L on the back of the car. That means learning. Maybe it's like this all over in the world, I don't know. But me and Joakim's brother said that this is a loser sign. It says loser. So I always took it off. I never wanted a loser sign on the back of my car, even if I should. But I just don't want to. That is not a word I want written on my back in any forms or shapes, you know.
Absolutely. This episode was recorded on the 26th of July 2025. In the show note, you will find the link to our homepage, the 101% podcast, where you can subscribe to a free weekly newsletter. donate to our podcast. And if you would like to support us with a $2 coffee donation on our webpage, it will mean a lot to us. And all the information about subscription you need. If you like this episode, please share it with someone you care about. We share for you constant and never-ending improvement. CANI is the key to a lifelong happiness. Implement CANI in your life now. Take care and give it your best. It is important for us to get out our message so we can help as many people as possible. And we would highly appreciate it if you could take 1 minute of your time to follow us on social media and review the show on Apple Podcast and Spotify. All links are below. Our Instagram is the 101% podcast. Until next time, take care and go 101% into achieving your goals. You owe it to yourself.